Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. We decided to get out and just come chill at the beach for a little bit. It was a little hot in the house and
Mm-hmm.
talk with you guys, let you guys
Mombasa
know.
is very, very hot.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
very
can't
hot.
just chill and be in the house. You have to be outside every now and then, like find something somewhere where it's cool and chill.
Hmm.
So like Nairobi. So we're here at the beach. This is the beach. This is how it looks like. Look at this cave. How it looks beautiful, right? You like the cave? Yeah. So we
Not
here.
really a cave.
It's kind of a cave. So we're here by the cave, just chilling. So,
But we just wanted to talk with you guys a little bit, let you
mhm,
guys know, uh, just speak on our experience here in East Africa,
mhm,
the different countries we've been to, and yeah,
yeah,
pros and cons,
about,
what we think, how
mhm,
we've enjoyed, what we didn't like.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah. So you're gonna talk first about Kenya, cause I'm a Kenyan. You're going to talk first about Kenya, right?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Mhm,
So Kenya is very nice. I
mhm,
like the beaches. There's a lot of hidden places like this one. I'm
mhm,
thinking about maybe doing like a hidden gems
mhm,
a series where I show you guys the hidden beaches here in Kenya, the hidden spots where the locals
mhm.
only really know about. It's not really touristy, but they're beautiful and very nice. Very,
Yeah,
very nice.
yeah,
Like this resort right next to us. It's kind of empty, but they have a nice pool. It's a nice beach here.
yeah.
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 Hmm.
So what made you to come to Kenya? What like made you to come to Kenya here?
Uh, I had some family here I wanted to see, and I also always wanted to travel. So this was it was a no-brainer. Why not go somewhere where I
Mhm.
can feel comfortable and still have family and also still see another country at the same time? Yeah. So I decided to come to Kenya because I did some research and I saw they speak a lot of English here and it's a very touristy place with a lot of beaches and a lot of places I thought I might enjoy. Also, I had family
Mhm.
here, Mumble. How you
Good
doing?
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Zasabui.
Yeah.
We got interrupted with
It's
some.
okay. Yeah, but it's very nice here. It's almost like Tanzania, but not as hot. Kenya, the people are very friendly here. It's a culture shock too, a little bit as well, the way people live life and the norms and social etiquette. Like I mean, social etiquette. Like as far as waiting in lines and stuff like that, I had to get over that. People staring, you got to get past that too. It's just normal here. Like,
You said people staring?
yeah, yeah,
How?
yeah.
How are people staring?
Maybe it's because when I first got here,
Hmm.
I had a very big afro and my beards were like really full and
No, they were
yeah,
not when you came.
they were, baby.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there were
Okay,
times.
no, you know what she's saying about people be staring at him? It's just that when he came here and his accent is different, so when he'll be talking to people,
Mm-mm,
so they
mm-mm.
be kind of worried, like, oh, where is he coming from, you know?
No, no.
I think that's
There were
it.
times I would be in a restaurant, I'd just walk in, no one's heard my voice, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
catch a guy just staring to the point where I don't even want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I get up and I'm looking at him. I go to him like, "What's up? We have a problem," or you know, because it's not okay. But it's normal here. Just like I was saying, the social etiquette
Mm-hmm.
here, or like the social standards, what's okay, what's not okay, is different. Like
Mm-hmm.
waiting in line, you can just. It's who's ever more in a rush. You know, you could be there. It could be five people. I
Yeah.
could still walk up. Like now, even I do it because I understand. It's just how it is. I'd be like, "Hey, blah 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 blah," and if I have my money ready, I'm gonna get my stuff and walk away, and all those people will still be standing there, you know, or
Yeah.
just the way the conductors are with matatus and stuff, you know,
Mm-hmm.
is different, you know,
Yeah.
but it's also nice at the same time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to complain, you know. I've gotten used to it. You know, it's a
Mm-hmm.
different culture. You have to adjust. This is not America. This is not Europe or Australia.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kenya. It's Africa. You know.
Kenya.
Yeah. The people are very friendly, which is why I came back after going to other countries and I decided this is the place, that I enjoy the most.
You
And
enjoy the
I had
most.
the most connections and know the most places. Yeah.
So you're enjoying the most about what is that makes you more enjoying here more?
The people, the area, I feel like I know it well. I'm comfortable here. I feel more at home. I just feel better here. The weather, I've gotten used to it at first. It never rained for like the first couple months I was here. It rained for like 5 minutes or less, a minute, then it would stop. But then I realized there's a rainy season and I got used to it, and it's not as hot as I thought it was. It's not hot like Tanzania. Tanzania is very, very hot there. And it
No,
rains.
you
Yeah,
see,
it's.
like here we have like there's like rainy seasons, like there is so we don't have something like winter. We don't have something like winter season or what snowing that part. So we're different here. So it was kind of shocked to see all this kind, how hot it was, the rainy season. I know you're kind of shocked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were you shocked?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like in the rainy season, we were in a very, very bushy area. We were living in Maweni. And
Guys,
yeah.
no, where he's saying like you were like where the place where it was very bushy. He likes being in a place where it's like out of nowhere, like something by the beach, and like
We
where.
were by the beach. We
Yeah.
weren't too far. 5-10 minute walk to the beach from that area. Yeah.
So where we were living, it was something like
When it rained, the roads were like, there were puddles everywhere. It was hard to travel. So we really experienced that first rainy season. I really experienced it, should I say,
yeah.
because of the area.
So he means like where we were living, it was kind of far from like everything, cause he likes places where it's kind of quiet, and something by the beach. So where we got, it was kind of desert when we got there. So it started raining. So
It was dry.
Yeah.
Everything was brown. Then all of a sudden, everything's green. Yeah. All around us.
yeah. So we want to talk to you guys about the experiences we've encountered, like in the countries we've been traveling. So what was your first experience like when you got to Kenya, like,
The airport, Nairobi, Moi International. Dealing with the taxi driver.
Yeah.
Pretended he didn't know where he was.
At first when you came here?
Yeah. Just driving, just seeing it at night. I got here at like maybe 2 in the morning. It was very late. Yeah. It just really feels like home, I felt welcome. It wasn't just me, the only Mzungu. There were a lot of tourists.
Not
So-
Mzungu, Black American. It wasn't just you, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not just, I'm not the only foreigner. Mzungu foreigner, yeah. So it was nice to see other, even though mostly white, unless you really talked to them or heard them speaking. That's the only way you really knew. But you saw a lot of white people and you felt like, okay, there's some people I can try to talk to learn some things. But also, there were also a lot of blacks too that I met. Like mostly from the UK though, not really from the US.
Yeah.
Until now, I know got a couple numbers. Yeah.
So you felt like you were still at home when you were still here in Kenya, right?
Yeah, and of course, I also had some family here, so having them is good too. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, all played a factor into. Yeah. The food here is also amazing. Swahili food, chapatis, ugali.
So what's your favorite food here in Kenya? What's your favorite food? I know your favorite food.
I have to say pojo and chapati.
Us being like a vegetarian, so we only eat like vegetables a lot. We don't do beef. We vegetarian. So most of our food will be like green grams, rice, beans. So, but I know your favorite food is githeri, right? Or not?
It's getting there. It's
Yeah.
getting there, yeah. I've been eating a lot of githeri lately. Yeah.
And remember, at first you never liked githeri. I'm the one who pushed you to to start liking githeri.
I like quality githeri, not just off the street or something that's in a bag that doesn't even have onions and tomatoes in it. You gotta put some some love into your good dairy. I need some green peas, some potatoes,
Yeah,
some
something
other stuff. You
to
know,
make
it
it
can't just be bland and boring.
to make it
Yeah,
delicious.
it's flavor.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so when you got here, like about the beach thing, like is there anything like maybe there like beach like here in Mombasa, the
Mm,
beaches there in the US?
yeah. We have a lot of this as well. You know, there's California, Florida, a lot of the nice coasts that people visit tourists a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we do. We definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So what is that like? Maybe you got embarrassed here when you come here into Kenya. Did you ever get embarrassed, or maybe?
Mm, I would say it's hard for me to be
Mhm.
embarrassed because I could care less what people think. And
Mhm.
you know that.
Yeah,
If
I know.
anything, I'll embarrass you and smile while I'm doing it. Because I'm going to be happy one way or another.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, and what is that I wanted to talk about? Like,
East Africa, remember? So, like,
yeah,
uh, Tanzania, for instance.
Tanzanians.
After here, I also visited
We
Tanzania, and
also visited Tanzania
it's
after
very hot there.
very, very hot, guys.
Yeah.
So about the houses there in Tanzania, it was kind of different. I was kind of shocked. Like, it's different from Kenya because there they be doing like if you're renting a house, they go for like you pay for like 6 months. It's different. Like here, you can just pay a 1 month deposit and rent, or 2 months deposit and rent. Then you pay for like whole half a month or half a year. You understand? So it was kind of something. I was kind of shocked to see that.
Not only that, but you get more for what you pay. Like here, 30K Kenya shillings will get you, depending on the area, a nice apartment in a nice location, nicer depending on the location or how nice the apartment is. But in Tanzania, that'll get you a nice small little mansionette, a nice little compound
Your own
somewhere.
compound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we first get there to Tanzania, let me tell you what I experienced and what shocked me. When we get there to Tanzania, okay, we were to do that, for him, he likes like a place where it's kind of new. He doesn't like a apartment where it's been like people have been used, like people have been renting it out, so it looks kind of old. He doesn't like it, so we bumped into like a very new apartment, and he liked it because you know okay, when we bumped into that apartment, and then we were told to pay for like 6 months. So he decided to pay for like 3 months first because the house was not kind of finished. They were kind of building it.
There was no gate still. They had a wall. They didn't finish.
So I told him like don't pay like all of that money simply because we don't know them and they might decide to run out with our money. So I told him just pay for 3 months and give them time for just like that 1 month that they've said they're gonna finish the house. So we paid for that. After a month, we were calling this dude like, are you ready so that we can pay the rest of the money for us to get in? He was like, oh no, I'm not done. You can still wait, but you can pay the rest of the money. I was like, no, don't do that. We should not be scammed. But for him, he was like, no, let me just pay so that they can, they can do it.
He didn't have the funds to finish, so
Yeah. So he was asking us to pay the rest of the 3 months that had remained, and I was like, no, don't pay for that. This is Africa. You can't just
yeah.
trust.
But we had an agreement, and I had his ID. They have a thing called like an elder there for each of the areas in Tanzania. So how the rental or buying property works is you go through, I forgot what it's called, but it's like
An
each
agreement?
little
A
no
lease
no no
or
no
what?
no each area has its own like government building, so to speak, and it's for that little area, and they deal with the properties and rentals and all that. So you go there, so you know that person actually owns it,
Yeah.
and you guys do an agreement there, and which is what I did before any money was passed. So yeah.
So after we did
Yeah.
that, like this guy really wanted us to pay the rest of the money without even us getting in the house, and he was not even done with like like everything, like building the gate and everything. So we were like, we'll only pay the rest of the money if you guys have finished everything, like, you know. So we say, like, we're gonna pay the 3 months rent, the rest that had remained for us to get in when you are moving in the house. But they were like, you can trust us, girl, you can trust us. I was like, okay. So after then we were kind of waiting. I don't know, you paid for some other months? Did you pay for some other months? Did you?
Yeah, I didn't pay all. I think it was like maybe, I guess exactly how much, but it wasn't that much left. I paid most of it.
Yeah.
And
So
then when it came down to it, I
mhm.
never ended up getting into the place. I ended
Yeah.
up leaving the country. But before I left, I tried to get my money. I was,
No,
you
he
know,
was like, when you were trying to move in the apartment, he said like, oh no, right now, after he had finished like putting the gate and we had already paid the money. This guy just told us, oh, okay, right now I'm not renting my apartment.
oh yeah. He got married. He messed around. I don't know what happened.
No, it was just a
Yeah,
plan. It was just a
he
plan to
said he
get
got
money.
married. She doesn't believe him, but this is his story. He said he has a wife now. He has to bring her there, so they're gonna stay there in the house. So he's not renting it anymore after he fixed it up. Which
And
is,
we had
yeah.
already paid the money. You
And
can
I was also
imagine,
leaving
guys.
the country too, so like
Imagine.
soon. So he thought I would just leave and forget,
The
but
money,
yeah.
yeah.
So he
So that
paid some. I went to like the police, and like I told you before, the
they had
local,
an
I forgot
agreement.
the name of the place, but I went to basically the elders, I guess you can consider them, or the people who deal with the properties and rentals, and we got some back, and he promised to pay the rest, but he never did. Of course, I've been in contact with him. It's been over a year. It's been a year now, actually, almost a year probably, and I'll be back in Tanzania. I still know where the place is, you
You
know.
still pay us.
Yeah, one way or another, you know.
That was
Yeah.
really, really bad of him.
If you
Like,
see this Tuco, I'll see you soon. That's his name.
that was
Yeah.
really bad of him, like playing us, you know? It
Yeah.
was really bad of him.
But it's okay. Karma is, you know, you
But
get what
Tanzania,
you give.
I think that was the only like bad experience we encountered in Tanzania. Or is there any other thing you experienced, like racism?
Snakes in the house. Racism, I experienced that here.
You
That's
experienced?
another weird thing about Africa is you think, oh wow, I feel at home. Everyone's black, but then when you go to these nice places or you go to a club for a celebration or something, then you realize, oh, if there's white people there, you are now a second-class citizen. Those whites are being served over you if you have
That
this
was
kind
in
of skin.
Tanzania?
That was here.
That was here in Kenya?
Yeah, several times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like we'll ask them for something and then we'll see them passing by, just
Yeah.
dealing with the whites and just ignoring the blacks. You know,
Until they realize, like, oh, you not like your English is different. That's when
it
they
didn't
serve
even
you.
matter, which
That's
and
what,
it shouldn't matter. You know, but
that's like
yeah.
also it's just also like happening also to us, like us Kenyans, like, you know, we can be at the restaurant seated and a foreigner comes, they'll just ignore you and imagine you are there first. They won't serve you, they'll just go to a foreigner and serve and you be there just waiting, you know. That's really bad for us young Kenyans. I'm a Kenyan, so I'm just saying the truth. That's how they are.
Yeah, but
So-
as far as Tanzania goes, the only bad, like the worst, I would say, besides it being so hot, is the wildlife. Like there were so many lizards that would come and get in the house. That's the first time I ever had snakes coming in the house. Like, man,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the area or what, but it wasn't even like bushy or foresty. We were like right off of a main road. We were like, you know, right by Dar. You know, 15 minutes you're in Dar, 10-minute drive.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I enjoyed their food. Their chapatis were amazing. Of course, it was nice.
The
I
only-
enjoyed Tanzania.
The only like a problem where I know you experienced like 100% of them they speak Swahili. They speak pure
That too.
Swahili.
Yeah. So it's hard to. It's not like in Kenya where most people know English. There, most people are speaking pure Swahili and they're proud of it. I had a friend, Ali, he was telling me how he's actually a teacher there, how a lot of the parents want their students to speak.
English.
a lot of the parents want their kids to speak Swahili over English. Like they're very proud, which is good. They should be. They're
Yeah.
proud of that. But then they'll come to school and it's kind of hard to like. They have to almost beat them to get them to
Into
talk it
English.
to do school in English.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, so I found that I learned a lot more Swahili there, especially foods and numbers, like moja and cold and big and small, baridi, all that stuff. I learned a lot more, and it got instilled while I was there, because you'd be talking to someone and they just smile at you and just kind of walk away, try to find someone because they don't know what you're
Or
saying,
else you have to use a Google Translate, like
or call someone.
yeah, it was really difficult. Also, probably for me, because they speak like a different Swahili, so my Swahili is different from theirs. So, but it wasn't that bad though. But
Yeah, they speak the slang Swahili here in Kenya. Apparently, I didn't know they don't speak the real Swahili here.
no,
I
we
found
don't
out.
speak the slang Swahili. We don't. It's just that like their accent is different from our accent, so that's why it was kind of hard for me.
Yeah.
So, is there any other thing like we've experienced in Tanzania?
It was almost like Nairobi. Well, no, Nairobi and Uganda with the buses there. It's nice. Like their transportation services are. Is
It is
different.
just so sad. Like I didn't start this journey as earlier. We would have showed you how the things there in Tanzania how they were. Would have really show you guys how it was. Okay.
Yeah. So Uganda.
So we're here in Uganda now.
It's like the village. It's like
It was like village thing. That's all I can say.
The area we were in, at least, Kampala was nice. But I'm saying, as far as the weather, though, it was like the village. It was very cold in the morning, hot during the day, then cold at night. Very easy to get sick there. It's not my cup of tea. And they do their chapatis differently. They put
about the food.
They put carrots in the chapatis.
We're talking about the food, like I really didn't like their food that much. I really didn't enjoy in Uganda, to be honest.
Although some of the food was good. Like I learned a new dish. It was a twist on a Rolex. They put like this one restaurant I frequent a lot. They put like noodles with the eggs and some kind of season and other stuff rolled in a chapati. It was very good. I wish I would have got the recipe so I could cook it myself. But it was just a lot of matoki and cassava everywhere.
In Uganda, their staple food is what? Is
matoki or cassava? One of those.
Banana.
Matoke.
Banana. So they grew a lot of banana there in Uganda, and like here in Kenya we grew maize. So our staple food in Kenya is maize, and in Uganda is that matoke, of what is banana. I don't know about Tanzania. Huh? What is the staple food in Tanzania?
I don't know. It's like the same foods as here in Kenya. I felt I had the same diet in Tanzania. It wasn't hard to find anything that I had here. I could get in Tanzania, if not just as good, better. Yeah.
And like in Uganda, people are really friendly. People are really friendly to us. Like I didn't experience nothing like I didn't experience nothing bad in Uganda, to be honest. Not like about the traveling part. It was really busy on the roads. The roads were really busy with motorbikes, like traffic. Like in the mornings already traffic on the roads, like in Kampala. Yeah, and it's like most like people there. A lot of people there do business of clothing, shoes. So it was really busy in Kampala.
They're on the move like Nairobi, but friendly. See, and I don't mean to be negative so much, but they're so friendly in Uganda, and it's it's a good place for business, like she said, just like in Nairobi. But they'll take the time to reply poa. If you say sasa, you say mambo.
They don't respond.
Yeah. Here on the other end, they'll just ignore you. Like in Nairobi.
In Uganda,
they also wanted like almost like Tanzania. They're similar. They wanted a lot of months in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also pay for 6 months for you to be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. For you to rent an apartment there in Uganda, you have to
Yeah.
pay for 6 months, which
Mhm.
is different from us here in Kenya. So
Yeah.
that's how they are. So if you're expecting to live in Uganda, that's what you should do. And yeah.
Mhm. The people there, well, yeah, we touched on that.
Yeah,
The
they were
food,
friendly. The
yeah,
food.
yeah.
What else?
Weather was okay.
The weather.
Prices. That's the first time I ever paid for water as
The
well.
prices are kind of, it's cheap. It's not that expensive though. It
Ah,
wasn't that expensive.
it was cheaper, but at the same time, I felt like, I don't know. I felt like I was paying.
Were you ever
Somehow the money was still going the same as it was here in Kenya.
Were you ever scammed in Uganda?
I can't say for certain, but I felt like I was. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how it worked because, like as far as water, but let's not be so negative. But yeah, yeah, possibly I was scammed there.
What
Yeah.
I feel like you were scammed more.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Let's keep the vibes good.
He was scammed here
Yeah.
in Kenya, to be honest. Even if he was with me, but still, like, I know the price, but these people, our people, they were still kind of trying to scam him. And when I talk, they'd be like, oh, you're a Kenyan, he's a foreigner, you want money, so girl, just chill,
Mm-hmm.
And that was really
That's
bad.
how it is a lot too, because the culture is, the foreigner is just gonna be gone, and usually the girl doesn't really care about the guy, so he doesn't care if the guy is overspending, because she's just there for his money anyway. So she doesn't care to help her fellow brother or sister get some money out of this Mzungu as well. But we didn't feel that way, and not everyone is like that, but that's what they were assuming she would be like. And nah, that's not how it
They
is.
think like, they think like, I was about to say something. They think like, I don't know. Once you speak English and your accent is different from ours here in Kenya, they think like now you have money, so they're trying to rip you off, which that's really bad about us here in Kenya, So they think like if I'll be working with him, I know the price. This is the price, but they'll try to overcharge him simply because he's a foreigner and he doesn't know the price. So they'll be like, if I be like, no, that's not the actual price. I know the price of that thing, but they'll be like, oh girl, just play low, play low. He's a foreigner. He has money.
But hey, not all Africans from all the countries, including Tanzania, or the ones we've been to, especially here in Kenya, they're not all like that, and that's why when people are like that, they lose business, especially for someone like me who's they might not realize it, but then they'll see me passing and they'll say, oh, this guy doesn't come here. And that's why it's good to have your go-to places for people who are charged the real price, whether that be a dentist or a doctor or just someone selling fruits or whatever it is, a stand for clothes, anything. Like, now you have a repeat customer, and I'll go to them and I'll actually tell them like, hey, for my hair, like even getting my hair cut, some places did some wild prices in Uganda, I remember. But yeah, but then I found a barber that was honest, and then he had a customer for a few months while I was there. And even here, for the long time I've been here, my barber has been the same. Not the one you saw in the video, that's not my barber, but my guy knows, I left the country, come back, and he's still my barber. So